Good morning, dear students. In this second session, we are going to learn the methods to reduce the armature reaction, which will comes under the performance of the DC generator unit 2. In the previous session, we learned about the armature reaction. In that armature reaction, we have learned some of the parameters, like the various terminologies are used in armature reaction, like polar axis, geometrical neutral axis, magnetic neutral axis, trailing pole tip and a leading pole tip. Next, we have seen the definition and the meaning of armature reaction. Next, we have seen the process of armature reaction, the compensating and demagnetizing ampere turns. So, in the previous session, we clearly understood what is the effect of armature reaction. In this session, we are going to learn how to reduce the effect of armature reaction. The contents are compensating winding and interpoles, because these two are the methods which are used to reduce the effect of armature reaction. So, as I told you, there are two remedies. One is compensating winding and another one is interpoles. Let us understand one by one individually. First one, compensating winding. What is meant by a compensating winding? See the first point. Compensating windings are used to nullify the cross magnetizing effect. Why here I am not mentioning the demagnetizing effect? In the process of armature reaction, first when the generator is loaded, armature flux will comes into picture. The armature flux crosses initially the main flux. After crossing the main flux, then the magnetic neutral axis will be shifted, brushes will be shifted to the new magnetic neutral axis, and because of this shifting of the brush to new MNA, the armature current in all the conductors have been redistributed. Due to this, armature flux changes its orientation, and as soon as the armature flux changes its orientation, the two components will comes into picture, the demagnetizing and cross magnetizing. That means in the process of armature reaction, first cross magnetizing effect will comes, later the demagnetizing effect will comes. Hence, if you use a method to reduce the armature reaction, is first we have to remove the cross magnetizing effect. When we remove the cross magnetizing effect, automatically the demagnetizing effect will not comes into picture. Hence, armature reaction will be removed. So hence the compensating winding. What are compensating winding? Compensating windings are used to nullify. Nullify means to remove the cross magnetizing effect. Second point, these are auxiliary windings. What is meant by auxiliary winding? These are the supportive windings, that's all. These are the supportive windings. And the third point, these windings are kept in slots of the main poles. So that means in the first 2 points we have seen what is a compensating winding, and in the third point we are going to see where these compensating windings are placed. So these compensating windings are placed in the slots of the main pole faces. Now these compensating windings must be connected to some device. No. So hence, to where these compensating windings are connected, in this point these are connected in series opposition. Concentrate on this sentence. This sentence is very important. These are connected in series opposition with the armature winding. What is meant by series opposition? That means two windings are connected in series. When I never say opposition means the current flowing in both the windings are in the same direction. Then what is series opposition? Both the windings are connected in series, right? But the current flowing in both the windings are in opposite direction. That means if the current is flowing in armature conductor in one direction, then in the opposite direction the current is flowing in the compensating winding. And the last point, because of this opposition, series opposition connection, the compensating windings will carry the current in opposite direction to that of armature conductor. So obviously it carries the current opposite to the armature conductors, so which are just below the pole faces, so that the flux produced by both the windings are in opposite direction. So combining all these points, we can precisely define what is meant by compensating winding. These are the auxiliary windings. So what is compensating winding? Compensating windings are the auxiliary windings placed in the slots of the pole faces to reduce the cross magnetizing effect of armature reaction, and these compensating windings are connected in series opposition with the armature. So this is the precise definition of what is meant by a compensating winding. See the diagram. These are the two poles, north pole and the south pole. This is the pole face. The pole face is provided with the slots to receive the compensating windings. So this is the S pole. It is also having the slot in its faces. So compensating windings are placed here. So these are the compensating winding. This is also the compensating winding. This is the armature. This is the armature. These are the armature slots which will have armature conductors. Now observe the diagram carefully. This is the north pole which is having a compensating winding in its pole faces. Now these are the armature conductors which are placed under the north pole. Now observe the direction of the current in these armature slots or in these armature conductors. Here it is marked in dot mark, which will indicate the current is flowing towards the observer. Observe the direction of the current in these compensating windings. See, here the current is flowing away from the observer. Here current flowing towards the observer. Here the current flowing away from the observer. That means the current in compensating winding and armature conductors just below the faces of the north pole are in exactly opposite direction. Now coming to the south pole, here the current in these compensating windings are moving towards the observer, and the direction of the current in these armature conductors just below the south pole are moving away from the observer. That means here it is the cross mark, here it is dot mark. Indicates what? The direction of the current in both the windings are in opposite direction. Here the connection of compensating winding with armature is not shown. It is assumed that the compensating winding are connected in series with the armature such that current flowing in both the windings are exactly in opposite direction. So this is the construction and arrangement of compensating windings. So where the compensating windings are placed, the compensating windings are placed in the slots of the main pole faces. Now let's see how the compensating winding works. First point, when the generator is not loaded, there will be no current through the armature conductors. Hence the compensating wind, there is no current through the compensating conductor or winding also. Why? Because the compensating winding and armature conductors, are connected in series. Hence, when there is no current through the armature, obviously there will be no current in the compensating winding or conductor. Now, when the generator is loaded, current flows through the armature conductor. As soon as the current flows through the armature conductor, same current will also flows through the compensating winding. But both these windings are connected in series opposition. Hence, direction of current through the compensating conductor is exactly opposite to the armature conductor, just below it. Okay. Next, the flux produced by both the windings are equal. So as I told you, the current flowing in both the windings are equal in magnitude. Hence, the flux produced by both the windings should be equal in magnitude, but both are in opposite direction. Both are acting in opposite direction. Why? Because the quantity of the current flowing through both the windings are same, right? But they are in series opposition. Hence, the flux produced by the compensating winding opposes the flux produced by the armature flux just below the pole faces. Now, the next point, hence, due to this one, both the fluxes cancelled each other. So, finally, there exists only one main flux which is symmetrical along the polar axis. So, that means the armature, in the absence of compensating winding, what will happen? In the absence of compensating winding, the armature flux, as soon as the generator is loaded, armature flux crosses the main flux and the process of armature reaction will start. But here, because of the presence of compensating winding, this compensating winding, the flux produced by this compensating winding opposes the flux produced by the armature conductors below the pole faces. Hence, there exists only the main flux. Armature flux is cancelled by the flux produced by the compensating winding. Okay. Now, this is the diagram which clearly explains what I explained in the previous slide. Just let me to brief out this diagram. See, consider the diagram here. The two-pole machine, north pole and south pole. The compensating windings are placed in the slats of the pole faces. See here and see here. See, the generator is loaded. The conductors under the N pole will carry the current such that they are moving away from the observer as indicated by the cross mark, and these are the conductors under S pole will carry the current which is moving towards the observer, that is denoted by the dot mark. So this direction of current is identified by using Fleming's right hand rule, which was explained in the first session. See, and the direction of the magnetic flux in these armature conductors are found from right hand thumb rule, and it is found to be here clockwise direction, and here it is found to be anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so hence, see, observe the downward vector, forget about this one, the downward flux shows armature field. See, armature flux or armature field is coming in this direction. Suppose if there is no compensating windings, this flux will be produced, there will be no compensating winding flux, and because of the interaction of main field flux and armature field, process of armature reaction will start and affects the performance of the generator. Now here the case is different. There is a compensating winding which opposes the armature flux. See how it opposes. See, these are the compensating windings, carries the current opposite to the direction of the current in these conductors. Observe here. Here it is a dot mark, here it is cross mark. Dot mark, cross mark. Coming here, here it is having a cross mark, here it is having a dot mark. Cross mark, dot mark. That means the flux produced by the compensating winding exactly opposes the flux produced by the armature, because both the conductors carry same quantity of current but opposite in nature. Hence, same quantity of the flux produced, but both are acting in opposite direction. Hence, now there are three fluxes: flux due to armature current, flux due to compensating winding, and flux due to main field. Now, these two fluxes are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Now, what happens? This flux and this flux will cancel each other and left with only the main field. Obviously, that is how the compensating winding nullifies the cross magnetizing effect of armature reaction. Okay. Now how to calculate compensating conductors per pole? Why we have to calculate compensating conductors per pole? Because we don't know how much compensating conductors are provided in each pole. We don't know. How to know? By using this formula. Let Zc is nothing but compensating conductors for every pole phase. What is Za? The number of active conductors. What is meant by active conductors? Below every pole phase, the conductors are called as active conductors. So those are Za, and Ia is the total armature current. So hence, what will be the current flowing through each armature conductor, which is clearly explained in the previous session, that is in session 1, while explaining the armature reaction. So now Zc into Ia, compensating conductors into armature current, is equal to Za, active conductors into conductor through each parallel path, that is Ia by A. Then what I need? I need in simple Zc. So therefore Zc is equal to Za divided by A. Active conductors divided by number of parallel paths is nothing but the cross magnetizing conductors in each pole. So this is the formula which shows how much conductors are to be placed in each pole phases. Now, what is the drawback of compensating winding? So copper is a costlier material, hence along with armature conductor we have to provide one more winding in every pole phases. If it is a 2-pole machine, only there are 2 compensating windings. Suppose if it is a 6-pole machine, we need 6 compensating windings. So hence cost of the machine increases drastically. But meantime, what is the advantage? There are twofold advantages. First one, it is used in large machines having heavy load fluctuation. So for small capacity machines, compensating winding is not at all required. So hence, if it is a heavy duty machines, and if a machine which is whose load current is continuously varying, there we need compensating winding. And the second advantage is it is used when same output is required at low voltage. Okay. So that is the first method of reducing the armature reaction, that is compensating winding. Okay. Remember, compensating winding removes or nullifies cross magnetization effect. Then nothing to do with the demagnetizing effect. Compensating winding is nothing to do with demagnetizing effect. So why I am highlighting this point is, see, that is the major difference between compensating winding and interpoles. Let us move on to the second method of improving the armature reaction, that is methods to reduce the armature reaction, that is interpoles. What is meant by interpole? Let us see. As the compensating windings are too costly, interpoles are used to neutralize the cross magnetizing effect of armature reaction. Now, the interpole, as I explained in the previous slide, the compensating winding is costlier. Hence, interpoles are used to neutralize the cross magnetizing effect, because interpole not only reduces the armature reaction or removes the cross magnetizing effect, but it also improves the commutation. What is meant by the commutation? That will be explained in the third session. So in this session, we see only the how interpole reduces effect of armature reaction. The second point. What are interpoles? That is explained in the second point. These are the small auxiliary poles fixed to the yoke and spaced in between the main poles. So this is very clear definition. So these are the small auxiliary poles. Auxiliary poles means these are the additional poles used. Additional poles are used. Why these are called as the auxiliary poles? Because main poles are also there. So in supporting to the main poles, these interpoles are used. Hence it is the word auxiliary. So where these auxiliary poles are fixed? These auxiliary poles are fixed to the yoke and spaced in between the main poles. So if it is a two pole machines, we need two interpoles, because two interpoles are fixed between the two poles. Okay. Now the third point, they are wound with comparatively few heavy gauge copper wire and are connected in series with the armature. Similar to that of a compensating winding, the interpole also connected in series with the armature, but here I am not mentioning connected in series opposition. It is not connected in series opposition, just I am mentioning it as it is connected in series with the armature, because it has to carry full armature current. So why we are using comparatively few heavy gauge means, because the interpole winding has to carry maximum load current, hence resistance of the interpole winding should be low, hence heavy gauge winding is used. Because heavy gauge is used, only a few turns are sufficient to carry the full load current. So combining these three points, we can precisely define what is meant by interpoles. So what is meant by interpole? See, combining those 3 points, interpoles are defined as small auxiliary poles fixed to the yoke, placed in between the main poles, connected in series with the armature, and have the polarity same as that of the main pole ahead of it in the direction of rotation. So in this definition, see, the most important point to be mentioned is these interpoles are connected in series with armature and have the polarity. See, from the polarity to rotation is very important. See, the polarity these interpoles have the polarity same as that of the main pole ahead of it in the direction of rotation. See, what is the meaning of this last sentence is shown in this diagram. Now observe this diagram. See, what I explained, interpoles are nothing but small auxiliary poles fixed to the yoke, placed in between the main poles and having the polarity same as that of the main pole ahead of it in the direction of rotation. So what is the meaning of the last sentence is that, see, these two are the main poles, south pole and north pole. Interpoles are placed between these two, connected to the same yoke. Now, see, the polarity of the interpoles are same as that of the main pole ahead of it. What it means? See, this is the interpole, this is the main pole. The direction of rotation is clockwise direction. What is the same as that of the main pole ahead of it means what? If this is the interpole, the direction of rotation is like this, the ahead of pole is this one, and this pole is having north pole. Hence, what is the polarity of the interpole? Should be n pole. Now coming to this interpole, in the direction of rotation, which is the ahead pole? South pole. Hence, this interpole should have south polarity. That is how the winding of the interpole should be placed such that the polarity of each interpole should be same as that of the main pole ahead of it. So here ahead of it is the most important word. Ahead of it in the direction of rotation. So in the direction of rotation should also be mentioned while defining what is meant by interpoles. See, this slide clearly shows how the arrangement of interpoles and how the interpoles are connected. See, the interpoles are connected in series with the armature. Okay. Now this is the very simplified vector diagram which will shows how the interpoles opposes the cross magnetizing effect of armature reaction. Now these are the two main poles. That means this is the north pole and this is the south pole, main pole. So hence the main flux will flows like from O to F. That means the main flux will flows from right to left. Okay, that is from north pole to south pole. Okay, when the generator is not loaded, there will be no armature flux and there will be no interpole flux, only main flux exists. As soon as the generator is loaded, armature flux will comes into picture, which is from O to A, isn't it? So this is the armature flux. OA is the armature flux. Okay. Now because of the presence of interpoles, it will also produce us same quantity of flux as that of the armature flux, like BC. So OF is the main flux, OA is the armature flux, and BC is the interpole flux. OA and BC are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Why they are equal in magnitude? Because interpoles are connected in series with the armature. Hence both interpoles and armature will carry same quantity of current. Hence they both will produce us same quantity of flux, but both are acting in opposite direction. Hence armature flux OA and interpole flux BC are cancelled each other. We left with only main flux. This is how the interpole will work. See, this is how the interpole will work. This is the another diagram. North pole, south pole. Okay, interpoles are here. See, observe, this is a diagram which shows this one is the north pole, this one is the south pole. In this diagram, this one is the north pole, this one is the south pole. The two diagrams are used here. Why? Because to highlight how the polarity of the interpoles will changes. See here, this is the interpole. The direction of rotation is shown here. The direction of rotation is like this. Hence, the polarity of the interpole is the same as that of the main pole. Same as that of the main pole. Which main pole? This one or this one? But the condition is same as that of the main pole ahead of it in the direction of rotation. Ahead of it in the direction of rotation is this one is the pole. So hence this interpole is having S pole and this interpole is having N pole. When the generator is loaded, armature flux flows downward, main flux in this direction. Interpole will produce a flux from north pole to south pole. It is shown in this direction. Hence armature flux and interpole flux both are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Hence these flux will cancel each other. Hence left only the main flux. So that is how interpoles will eliminate the cross magnetizing effect of armature reaction. Now, as I told you in the beginning slide, the interpoles are very popular method of reducing the armature reaction. Why? Because interpole not only reduces or not only nullifies the cross magnetizing effect, but it will also improves the commutation, or it avoids the sparking across the commutation. Here in this session I am not touching the commutation, because that will be taken up in the next session. So the main advantage of interpole over the compensating winding is that compensating winding only removes or nullifies cross magnetizing effect, but interpole, the advantage of interpole is twofold. It improves the commutation and also it nullifies or neutralizes the cross magnetizing effect. Hence, interpole method of reducing the armature reaction is more beneficial. So this is how this slide will explains how the interpoles will reduces the cross magnetizing effect. That will be that is clearly explained in this diagram. Okay, so this is the vector diagram which will shows how the interpole will nullifies the armature flux. See, OF is the main flux. Okay, BC is the armature flux and OA is the interpole flux. Okay, now so finally we can conclude that in this session we have learned the methods to reduce the armature reaction, methods to reduce the armature reaction. There are two methods. One is the compensating winding method, another one is the interpole method. Compensating winding are placed in these are the auxiliary windings which are placed in the slots of the main pole faces, which are connected in series with the armature and carries current opposite to the direction of the armature conductor current just below the pole faces. Hence, the flux produced by the compensating winding and armature conductor flux are cancelled each other. We left with only the main flux. Similarly, interpoles are nothing but the small auxiliary poles which are connected, which are placed between the main poles, connected to the same yoke and are connected in series with the armature, and these interpoles will have the polarity same as that of the main pole ahead of it in the direction of rotation. So this is the highlight of this session. Now let us see some multiple choice questions. The first one, in a DC generator, the polarity of the interpole is, in a DC generator, the polarity of the interpole is always N, always S, same as the main pole ahead, same as the main pole behind. So I have explained how the polarity of the interpole. Based on that logic, you can tap the answer. Second one, a DC machine is provided with both the interpole windings and the cross magnetizing windings with respect to the armature. So which is the right answer? Both interpole windings and compensating windings are connected in parallel, both are connected in series, both are one is series and another one is in parallel. See how the interpoles are connected with armature, how the compensating windings are connected with the armature. That logic will be used to identify the right answer. The function of using compensating winding in a DC machine is to neutralize what? The neutralize what? Very easy answer. The conductors of the compensating windings are housed. That means where the compensating windings are placed. See, by seeing the diagrams shown in the previous slide, you can identify the answer for this question. What type of connection is made in between the interpole and the field winding? Okay, whether it is a series connection or whether it is a parallel connection or what type. See, that is the one. See, here you have to use the logic that is the compensating windings or the interpoles are connected, the polarity of the interpoles with the main poles. That should be identified. See, these interpoles are connected with field windings. That logic will be used. The commutating flux produced by the interpole must be proportional to what? How the interpoles are connected to the armature. Based on that logic, you have to find out the answer. See, that's all the MCQs. This is the reference. So again, I have used the prescribed reference book, BL Tereja and AK Tereja, and the principles of the machines by VK Mehta. Googled some of the stuffs, and YouTube. For that YouTube, you have to follow this link. If you observe this link, you can watch the complete video, the animated video, how the compensating windings and interpoles are used to remove or used to nullify the cross magnetizing effect of armature reaction. So that's the end of the session 2. Thank you one and all.